Good morning, everybody. Yeah, you missed that one. That was a good one. But you'll probably hear it. We'll probably clue you in on that in just a second. Property Noodlers, welcome. Paul Romero, Saturday, no, Wednesday morning. I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday morning, uh, October 1st, 2014. Um, Sell a House, Wholesale Real Estate Training number 27. Welcome all. First day of the fourth quarter. So if you haven't flipped a house yet, join up, become a noodler. We'll get you at least one deal before this year closes out, if not more. So that's all I got to say about that. What do you think, John?
Good morning, Paul. Actually, I hate that word morning. I wish. Why do we say that to each other? Good morning, like good effing day, bro. No, I love it. It's October 1st. It's a brand new month. It's a brand new quarter. It's the end of the year, and you know what? It's the last hurrah for 2014. Wow, almost said 2013. I'm a year behind. Paul doesn't know what day of the week it is, and I don't know what year it is, and you're supposed to listen to us to help you flip properties? No, you know what?
We're busy flipping properties. We ain't got time to keep track of what day it is.
I don't have time to keep track of the dates. Too busy flipping contracts and making money. No, you know what? This is the first day of the final quarter of 2014. And as Paul said, if you haven't flipped a deal yet this year, there's still 3 months left. So get out there, kick some ass, flip some deals, and look for guides and mentors to help you if you don't know what you're doing. I know two fantastic real estate wholesale mentors. These guys are out there kicking ass. They know what to do. They've spent years putting together systems, and you should probably email them at propertynoodlers@gmail.com, especially that real handsome one, Paul. You thought I was going to say me. You know what, Paul? You know,
of course I expected you to say you. I would have said, I would have said you too.
You know what I was thinking? You know, we were kind of laughing here as we got started, and we said we'd fill you in on the joke. I think the joke that we're going to fill you in on is kind of the direction I think is where we should take this hangout today, and kind of talk about the importance of creating of having a definite major purpose in life, and have a definite chief aim to attaining and bringing you closer to your purpose. You know, toss it back to you, Paul. What do you think?
Yeah, actually, you know, I didn't want to kind of at gmail.com. Let me just
typing something in there.
Just hit this real quick because yeah, I know it's just not picking up. It's not giving me my
There you are.
Yeah, it's a I don't have a logo in there though. But anyway, regardless, it's not giving me my presets for some reason. The Hangouts, hey guys, the Hangouts are a little quirky, especially for a couple guys like us who aren't really, you know, tech gurus or anything like that. So, you know, things are going to happen with these things. Sometimes we've had some problems. Obviously, we've started late a few times, things like that. Bear with us, hang with us, and you know, we'll be here doing our thing. But yeah, we have little problems here and there. We'll figure them out one day, but we're not worried too much about it. So I wanted to say that, yeah, you know, for some of you guys maybe here today for a fact, first time, or maybe some of you have seen a couple of these Hangouts of ours here, these videos, maybe on YouTube, wherever you've seen these things. You might be looking at these our subject matter and thinking kind of like, well, what are these? I mean, they keep telling us to sign up, and they keep talking about all this stuff that has nothing to do with real estate. Well, there's a reason by that. You know, there's a reason why we don't talk about a whole lot of stuff that has to do with real estate, because you know, wholesaling real estate really isn't about real estate. Okay, number one, it's about sales and marketing. So you know, to talk about all the real estate stuff, that's taking you right back into, you know, the whole general way of, you know, telling you how this, that, and the other thing is done, when it really makes no difference to you at this point in time how this, that, and the other thing is done. The only thing that makes a difference to you right now is how you find a deal, how you get it contracted, and how you get it flipped so you can get some money in your pocket. That's the only thing that matters to you right now, and that's where, what we do here is to get that part of it happening. As far as the how you do this, that, and the other thing, you'll pick that up as you go. As you work through that deal and subsequent deals, you're going to pick up all that stuff as you go, and that's the best, fastest way to work into wholesaling, instead of going the other way around where you try to figure out all that stuff first, and by the time you figure out how difficult all that stuff is, or how difficult you think it is, because really it's quite easy. All that other stuff is simple as pie. It seems difficult. It reads difficult. It sounds difficult when you're looking at it for the first time, but in all actuality, that stuff just falls into place. So, so what I'm getting at here is the fact that you're seeing content that we're delivering on these hangouts that doesn't really have anything to do with real estate. A lot of it doesn't even really have anything to do with flipping a house. A lot of it has to do with you and your mental attitude and things like that. And the reason behind that is because you are the driving force to your success. And part of what we do here, besides helping you get deals and make money, is to help you learn how, not just help you grow, but help you learn how to grow as a person, so that you can become better, not only at flipping wholesale real estate, but doing whatever it is that you want to do in your life. So I just wanted to throw that out there as kind of, anybody that comes to a wholesale real estate training and is wondering what the heck we're talking about. So stick with us, hear what this is all about. Join the Noodlers, and you'll get all the answers that you're looking for right there. And with that in mind, I also want to say that John and I are also involved in a network marketing business, and we do a Google Hangout training program sequence for that network marketing business as well. And we had a subject matter there, which we're going to kind of carry over in today's call here, and it's about your definite major purpose in life and your chief aim. And that's where the joke opened up this morning. Is we were just getting ready to start this call, and John said he was going to let me kind of lead the charge with it, and I mentioned to him. I said, well, I don't really have a chief aim on this call, so we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah. It's back over to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just gonna expand on what you said, Paul, there, because a lot of people may be going, well, when are these guys going to talk about real estate? When are these guys going to tell me how to flip a deal? If you've been watching these since we started doing these several weeks ago, months ago at this point, we've gone over quite a few things, actually, that you'll need in order to start your wholesale business. Some basic business systems, some strategies to put in place. We often talk about the market, because me and Paul are very in tune with what's going on here in Phoenix and nationally. And yes, it's a real estate business, wholesaling, and that's our product, and we've got to know how all the multiple pieces of real estate move, contracting, comping, finding deals, negotiation. But what Paul said is very important to remember, is that it's more about sales and marketing. And when you're in sales and marketing, your mindset is everything. And if you're going to get into wholesale real estate and you're going to be successful in it, quite frankly, if you're going to be successful in any of your endeavors in life, well, that takes a certain mindset. That takes a belief system. You have to be strong in your beliefs and your determination and in your convictions that, what you're doing is going to bring you success. What you're doing is going to bring you happiness and financial freedom. You have to believe that you're the right person that's going to be able to do the things that are necessary in order to be successful. And to be a successful real estate wholesaler, and as I said, to be successful in anything you're going to be, putting your efforts towards, it takes a certain mindset. And that's why a lot of the content on these morning calls or these morning hangouts that we do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is all about building mindset and building your belief system, because it's important to have a reminder every single day that this is something possible for you to do, that you can have the confidence that you need to do it. And it doesn't matter, what your background is. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter the color of your skin or your hair, your religion. None of that matters. If, big, small, tall, short, whatever, none of that matters, because it all comes down to you. And if you have a pulse and you have the ability to open your mouth and talk, and you have any slight form of intelligence going on, you can absolutely be financially free in this world and in this life. And wholesale real estate is one of the many vehicles you can get behind the wheel of and drive to your financial freedom. So just to throw that in there, that a lot of what we do here is talking about belief system and mindset, and general business systems and that you can apply to your life and to your business.
Yeah, real quick note on financial freedom. That doesn't necessarily mean becoming a multi-billionaire and being able to hop on your Learjet and fly around the world to go have lunch in China at the drop of a hat. Financial freedom is something different to everybody, and financial freedom, really what it all boils down to is financial freedom is having enough money coming in that you don't have to work for, that's going to pay for the lifestyle that you want to live, whatever that lifestyle is. There's a lot of people walking the face of this planet right now who could live like kings compared to what they're living to right now if they had $2,000 a month coming in. Okay, so it doesn't take a whole lot for a lot of people. I mean, it's different for everybody. Yours might be 5,000, 10,000, 20, 50, 40, 100, $1 million a month. It might be, what you need to live the lifestyle you desire. But so that's I just want to point that out as far as financial freedom goes. Whenever we talk about financial freedom, we're not necessarily talking about, becoming a multi-billionaire. Okay, it all depends on what your situation is, what you want out of this life, and what your level of money coming in every month is going to allow you to do those things. So that's once you've got that amount of money coming in every month that you don't have to work for, you have financial freedom. So with that, getting back to the whole mindset thing here, what we're talking about is this whole thing, being able to get into this business and everything, it starts with your mind. It starts with you. It starts with what's in your mind and you wanting to be able to do it. It doesn't necessarily start with having to work harder or having to work more, work longer hours, or for that matter, even work smarter. I mean, smarter helps for sure, but what it really comes down to is it all comes down with your ability to start learning. Just start learning the new concepts and ideas, and really your ability to allow yourself to be teachable. And what I mean by that is just simply opening your mind. You have to open your mind to new ideas and new concepts before you can become teachable. Because if you have a closed mind and a new concept or idea comes your way, well, you already know all that, and it's it doesn't work or whatever the case is, because you already know everything, which you don't actually know anything. You don't even know what you don't even know. Okay. And then of course what you basically just just opening your mind to possibility. That's what it really comes down to. And then once you've opened your mind to possibility, then of course you have to have the ability to accept and understand and even get to the point where you embrace, where you look forward to, where you can't wait for the next change to come about, because that's the actual growth pattern, is the actual change happening. So you can learn about it first. First you have to be open to it, willing to accept it, willing to at least evaluate it. At least say, well, this is what I think and what I know, and I'm hearing or I'm reading or you're telling me that this is what is really how it works. So just having the ability to look at those two things and go, okay, well, let's try it out. Let's see. This is what I think. That's what they're saying. I'm going to see what they say, if what they say works better than what I think. Because if you are not happy with where you're at, you have to ask yourself one question. If everything that I know and believe right now has gotten me to where I am right now, is there a possible chance that maybe there's something I'm missing? You know what I mean? It really comes down to that. And once you understand the fact that, hey, there might be something that I'm missing, then you become open-minded enough to start looking for what it is that you're missing and start adding the pieces to the puzzle that are missing that are going to allow you to get to where you want to go. Bottom line.
Absolutely. I agree. And so how do you get there? You've probably heard me and Paul talk about on other calls that it's critically important to your success to live a successful life to have a defined, definite chief aim and a definite chief purpose. We've talked about on other calls the time management system of Napoleon Hill, which we mention him all the time because he's a mentor to us. He's someone that we are very much into his teachings, and he has a time management system. I'm not going to go into all that today, but one of the things he talks about is how critically important it is that you define a major purpose for your life. And everybody here has a purpose in their life, and everybody has a full potential. Now, most people will never reach their full potential because they don't even know it's there. And for those of you who are on these hangouts, you're definitely a step above 98% of the people that are out there. And just in the fact that you're here and you want to expand your life and get into something that could change your financial destiny. So with that being said, it's critically important to have a definite major purpose. And Napoleon Hill in his time management system says you should allocate a minimum of 20 minutes daily to thinking about your definite chief purpose. And if you don't have one kind of created and figured out, well, then you need to spend that time figuring out what that is. And then you need to spend that time every day once you figure out what your purpose in life is to create your roadmap to achieving that purpose in life. And, Paul, on our last call that we did this morning, he had pointed out the difference between the definite chief aim and the definite major purpose. And I think it's important to make the distinction, what's the overall purpose to your life? What drives you to get out of bed in the morning? What drives you through the day?
Why are you on this planet?
Yeah, why are you here? And for everybody, it's going to be something different. Some people have visions of grandeur, and they're here. Their purpose in life is something huge and monumental. Others, their purpose in life might be just, and there's nothing wrong with this, might be, I just want to be in a position to take care of the ones I love and live a happy, fulfilled life. Whatever that is, it's important to figure it out. Because everybody's here on this planet for a reason, and everybody has a purpose, and everybody has a full potential that they can reach if they concentrate on getting there. So the definite major purpose is your overall reason, and then your definite chief aim are kind of like your short-term immediate goals, if you will, things you need to accomplish in order to get a step closer to and eventually attain what your purpose is. I'm going to let Paul kind of add his 2 cents on that.
Yeah, you can take the definite chief aim, I think, and you can work that 2 different ways, or you can work it both at the same time. Actually, you can focus that on, as John mentioned, the very short-term, immediate, basically kind of step 1. This has to be done before I can advance any further type of goals. Or you can actually, John pointed out on our other call, is by telling us what his chief aim and definite major purpose are, and he's got a definite chief aim that is sort of like the one major catalyst that will allow him to work his way towards his definite major purpose. So, like I said, you can look at that 2 different kinds of ways. You can say, hey, look, the one major thing that I've got to achieve in order to allow me to do the things that I really want to do in this life is this, and that's your chief aim. and then that gives you the ability to work towards your definite major purpose. Or you can also use your definite chief aim as, the first thing that I need to do, or the next thing that I need to do is this, in order to, step my way towards achieving my definite major purpose. So you can use that in either way, or in a combination of both ways, your definite chief aim. So that's important to utilize that. And like John says, the definite major purpose is really, like I chimed in and said, why are you on this planet? It's been said, Buckminster Fuller, I believe, says that man's purpose in life is to leave, do something for future generations or whatever. I forget how it goes. I don't know why I can never remember that one, but for generations and future generations. And that's really what is defined as your legacy, and what do you want to leave behind when you're gone? How do you want people to remember you? And if you have problem, a little helping hint to figuring out what your definite major purpose in life is to think about after you're gone, and you're able to stand there and watch your own eulogy, and what are people going to say about you? What is it that you want people to be saying about you? And you figure out what that is. You figure out what you want people to be saying about you when you pass away, and that will help you define what your definite major purpose in life is. What type of person was this guy? What kind of relationships did he held with people personally, business-wise, casual relationships? What sort of achievements and successes did he have in his life? What sort of obstacles did he have to overcome to achieve these goals and successes? And most importantly, what did he leave behind? What is there here, after he's gone, that future generations can learn from, can experience, and can enjoy? So that's kind of where you can develop your definite major purpose if you don't already have one right now. And that's definitely the definite major purpose and the definite chief aim, or the chief aim and the definite major purpose are two things that you absolutely do have to have, because what you have to hold in order to get where you want to go, what you have to hold is an obsession with achieving these two things: your chief aim and your definite major purpose. You have to be obsessed with this. That's the only way you're ever going to get what you want. If you just haphazardly, floating through your days, hoping that things will work out, you're never going to get there. You have to be obsessed 24/7 with what you want, and working your way towards it. And obsession sometimes is coined as a bad word, because it indicates some sort of mental problem. But in reality, an obsession to what you want is a good thing. All right, an obsession with well, I'm not even going to go there. But obsession with what you want is a good thing. So that's where we go with definite chief aim and definite major purpose.
Yeah, I like what you said there. Like, if you're imagine yourself listening to your own eulogy. I actually wrote a few things down here, because just to get back to Napoleon Hill and the time management system, he talks about spending an hour in quiet meditation every day. And one of the things you can do when you're meditating is ask yourself questions, and then kind of ponder the answers to those questions. So when Paul, I thought of a few things that I will meditate myself on this evening. And Paul had said, if you imagine you're watching your own eulogy, and like, what do you imagine people are saying about you? How do you want people to remember you? How would you want to remember or reflect on yourself? Imagine that when you pass away, when you come to the end of the road in this life, and you go before your Creator, whether whatever your belief system is, you believe in God, Jesus, the Pope, the universe, whatever. Just imagine for 1 minute that when you pass away, you stand before your Creator, okay? And he's going to ask you, what did you do with this gift of life that you were given? Did you make the most of the life that I gave you? And you're going to have to reflect back and ask yourself, like, Did I invest my time in this world living a successful life? Did I take care of my mind and my body and my spirit? Did I take care of my friends and family? Did I accomplish something? Am I happy with the way that I lived my life? Or did I spend my time doing in too much leisure? Did I spend my time wastefully? Did I accomplish nothing? Did I let the people around me down? Did I leave anything of value behind to anyone? The quote that Paul was looking for with Buckminster Fuller, he says, the purpose of our lives is to add value to this generation and those that follow. And are you doing that with your life? And now you don't have to be grand and change the world, but you at least got to add value to your life and to lives around you. And when you pass away and you meet your Creator, you're going to be able to look your Creator in the face and say, yes, I'm happy with the life I lived. I think that's something that is very important for people to reflect on, because if you look at that question right now and you say, well, I'm not happy with the life I've lived so far, well, it's never too late. It doesn't matter where you are in life, how old you are, it's never too late to turn that around. It's never too late to start fresh. Every morning, every day is a new opportunity to start over. You're cleansed. Every morning you wake up out of bed, you're cleansed, you're loved, and you're forgiven, and you could start all over. And that's the wonderful, beautiful thing about life. So, yeah, Paul, you gave me a lot to, got my mind with a lot of things to think about later. I've thought about these things, but, not in a while. And I think I think those are important things for people to kind of consider. Like, are you happy with the life you're living? And if not, what changes do you need to make to be happy with the life you're living?
Yeah, you know what? There's something you said in there that I think is a major key factor to all of this as well too. One thing that gets a lot of people in trouble, I think, in the stories that you see on television, like American Greed and all these other kinds of shows and things that you watch on TV about these people who have gone bad, Barry Madoffs and things like that, is the fact that, and this is very interesting because I'm going to bring this up in just a second, is the fact that part of your definite major purpose has to be about improving value, improving life, helping. It's got to be about others. It can't just all be about you. That's what a lot of people miss. They make everything all about them, and they don't have the willingness to share basically and to help other people. And that's I think that's a major part that you have to make sure that you keep in mind, that your definite major purpose and or your chief aim, et cetera, and so on, always has to be about helping others. And I'm going to go real quickly here. I've been reading the Napoleon Hill's Laws of Success in 16 Lessons, and of course I'm only in lesson 1. It's the very first time I've ever read this book, and I just can't wait to finish it, to be honest with you. I just after reading the first chapter, which is the first law is the law of the mastermind. And you just said, John, that what I presented got you to thinking about something, and that's what's wonderful about the law of the mastermind. It's all about, and when he talks about the law of the mastermind, it's not necessarily always just about bringing together a group of people to think about a certain, how something can get done, et cetera, and so on, or how to better your business, or how to better your lives, or the law of the mastermind boils down to any time there is more than two minds in the same presence. Okay, as if right now, I mean, we're not even in the same room, but we're on the same presence here. John and I, we have two minds going here, and whenever two or more minds are in the same presence, in harmony about the same subject matter, then what he's saying basically is a third mind is created that attracts and brings in new ideas and concepts and ways of learning and doing things. And a very interesting thing in this book, at the end of this first chapter, there's a little test. It's just an assessment type of a test to evaluate yourself. But it gives the names of 8 or 9 people, most of which were very, very successful in the times when these books were written, in the 20s and 30s or whenever, and a couple of people that were coined as failures of their time, so to speak. And he rates these people. These people are rated on 15 different categories, and then he asks you to look this over and rate yourself on them. And the one common factor that I saw out of these people, the very successful people anyway, was in 3 areas. The first area where they all rated 100%, and the first area was practicing the golden rule, which we all know the golden rule basically is do unto others, that you would expect them to do unto you, which, is in all aspects of everything, not just, how you treat people, how you talk to people. I mean, it comes down to the fact that, hey, not just, how you physically do to other people, but say, like, you wouldn't want somebody else to lie to you, right? So don't lie to somebody else. I mean, just the whole gamut of just whatever you would hope that somebody does to you, you do unto them. So everybody rated 100% in practicing the golden rule. They also rated 100%. Every one of them rated 100% in doing more than what you're paid for. Now, this doesn't necessarily just mean the fact that, for instance, okay, just a regular job, right? Your job is to be there every day, selling ice cream cones to the customer, right? If you show up every day and don't speak a word and you sell ice cream cones except for saying, 47 cents, what would you like, vanilla or chocolate? Great, 47 cents, thank you very much. If that's all you do, okay, that's what you're paid to do, right? So, but you can do more in just your job by just engaging these people in conversation and making their whole experience of buying that ice cream cone a pleasurable experience. So just along the lines of something like that is what we're talking about in doing more than what you're paid for, okay? And then the number one thing that everybody rated 100% was having a chief aim. So, you have to have something that you desire, something that you're going after, what you're ultimately trying to achieve. And then, like I said, there's 15 other things in there, all great, awesome deals in there. The next one that they didn't all do 100, but most of them did 100 on, and this is probably a weak area for myself a little bit, and for a lot of people, and it's concentration and being able to focus on what it is that you need to accomplish. That's a big key, I think. So, but if you have those 3 things at 100%, practicing the golden rule, doing more than what you're paid for, and have a chief aim, hey, you're well on your way right there to getting what you want out of this life.
Absolutely. Here's a question for you, Paul. And for everybody out there, where do you think money comes from? Where do you think money comes from? It comes from other people. And how do you bring that money into your life? By providing other people with value. That's to touch back on something that Paul was talking about before he got into the Law of Success book. We were talking about, adding value to people's lives, and how really success in any business is about other people and value that you offer to others, because there's a law, the law of income, and the law of income states that you will be paid in direct proportion to the value that you deliver according to the marketplace. So you got to ask yourself, where does money, if I'm going to be a millionaire, where is that money coming from? Well, it comes from other people. So you're, having, as part of your definite chief aim or purpose in life that you want to add value to other people's lives, that's certainly something that's necessary in order to become financially free and to become, rich in the sense of the word of finances. It also, as Paul pointed out, about having a definite chief aim, and then being, going above and beyond, so to speak, where, you might be selling ice cream cones, but engaging people servers that work restaurants. The ones that make the most tips are the ones that engage the customers the best. So it's always about, life is about adding, whether you realize it or not, life is about adding value to other people's lives, because after all, that's where money comes from. The money flows into your pocket from other people. So if that's not part of who you are, I just don't think it's possible for you to be successful. So, I mean, adding value to people's lives is definitely part of it. And we're kind of going way over on time today.
I noticed. I was just like, whoa, it's already, we've been here 35 minutes. We usually do 25.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it with that. That's my final thought today is, consider where money comes from. I know the people that are on our team who are looking to join our team, who are watching this, to build their mindset and get insight into wholesale real estate. They're doing it for the purpose of adding value to their own lives, but in order to add value to your life, it requires you adding value to others, and that's how you make money, and that's how you become rich and successful, is to add value to other people's lives, because that's where the money that's flowing to you is coming from other people, and that's kind of my final thought for the day. So I'm going to toss it back to Paul to give his final thought and close us out with the Napoleon Hill prayer.
Yeah, I just want to say that, you know what, basically flipping houses for one, this is an entrepreneurial type of business. If you want to get ahead in life, if you want to be more than just a workaday guy, you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit to do something over and above what generates your weekly paycheck from your job in order to take you where you want to go. Definition of an entrepreneur is a person who solves problems for a profit. Okay? The law of income states you will be paid in direct proportion to the amount of value that you deliver to the marketplace, right? Well, how do you deliver value? You solve problems, right? So to be an entrepreneur, you have to solve problems. To deliver value, to satisfy the law of income, you have to deliver massive value to the marketplace. That's all there is to it. Become an entrepreneur and deliver value, and there you go. And the best way for you to do that, if you want to flip houses, is to just join Property Noodlers, and we can get you delivering massive value right away. All right, with that, I just want to say, oh universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches I was given at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I desire, which is flipping lots of houses and making lots of dough so I can achieve my